Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, men and women of goodwill. My name again still remains Onyebuchi Shiburo, be known as the Great Seer or the Sea of the Seer. The only thing that I preach on this very platform is nothing but the undiluted truth, and I am here today to continue my undiluted truth, the propagation of the sovereign state of Biafra. If you are seeing this very program, I wish you to share. Share this very program to many platforms. Invite your friends and your well-wishers. Just let them know that in order to preach nothing but the undiluted truth. If you look at the headline of this very program today, it reads, How Biafra people disgrace themselves in yesterday with the NATO chairman. How they disgraced themselves with NATO chairman yesterday. I think that what we're supposed to do as a people, if anyone is ready and willing to help us, it does not mean, oh, this very person or this very person. We all should be glad to go there for the help alone. But instead, we went there to disgrace ourselves. I am coming, please. I am coming. I am coming. If you come across this very program, please share. If you come across this very program, hit the like button and share. Just very important that you hit the like button and share. I still remain your one and only Onyebuchi Nwashiburobi, preaching nothing but the undiluted truth. I am coming, please. So, I have to start this program immediately. If you look at the headline of this very program, this honorable program, you will see the headline, How Biafrans disgraced themselves yesterday with a NATO chairman, Gunther. Yesterday, an individual who happens to be in high places, in higher offices, decided to host a space for Biafra. Many Biafra people don't know what was discussed or what motivated this very individual, Gunther, who suddenly comes out to join Biafra struggle, to motivate the Biafra people and to talk about the freedom of the Biafra people, and he was so sure that Nigeria is S. He addressed Nigeria as S. Even when Nigerian newspapers went against him, he laughed at them. He told them that the country is already divided, just like every other countries that have been there before and later they were divided. He laughed at them that the country is already divided. People don't know what motivated this very man. And this very man hosted a space yesterday. What was expected internationally, what was expected is for you people to bring the reports of Christian genocide, killings upon killings, what is happening to our own people. Did you know what our own people went there to discuss? Hold on, I am coming. Let me play some part of it to you. Ka ị nụ ihe ndị be anyị gara ebe a gaga ha were unyi na-ama onwe ha n'ihu. Were unyi na-edo onwe ha n'ihu. Ọkwa onye mmecha onwe ya sị na ọ mmadụ mere ya. Please listen to what our own people went there to discuss. Please pay very close attention.
The next one is we try again, Mr. Snow.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Snow. Yeah, yes, Gunther. Greetings from here, and everyone on the space. Minister of Information of the Biafran Republic. Greetings from here. Yes, real quick before I go into my question, and I'm only saying this because Biafran relation and Ambazonia is not just that of. It's not just because we're sister nations. We have a lot in common as a people, and I believe that the Ambazonia people have declared their own independence and fighting for their freedom right now. As they're being killed, just the same way the Biafran people are being killed by Nigerian state, the Cameroon Defense Forces are also invading Ambazonia. So I believe there is need for a split in the Cameroon territory. I understand what our sister is saying. Everybody has their opinion. But I believe that Ambazonia is fighting for their freedom just like Biafra is. Now, to my question, Gunther, you have vast knowledge on geopolitics. And so I want to ask you this. Is there any country in the world that in your knowledge recruits known terrorists into their defense architecture?
Yeah, Syria is a very bad example for that, because they have recruited even a terrorist as a president. And so that's a really very bad example. But on a other case, and it's actually why Syria must be dismantled. And we also need to dismantle, of course, Nigeria, because it's absolutely outrageous what the Nigerian government is doing with these terrorists. They have recruited for the security forces, and then they are killing Christian people who are basically who are their citizens. And no state is allowed to kill their citizens in that situation. And so absolutely a state which does that, like Serbia was doing that to the Albanians, they were their citizens and they killed them. So once a state does that, the state loses the legitimacy to govern this state and these people. So you are absolutely justified in going for independence when that's happening.
So if a country recruits terrorists into their security architecture, that makes that country a terrorist nation, right?
I would not say that automatically, but it depends also what these people then doing in their state function. If as part of their new state duties they are committing atrocities and genocide, then it's going in the direction of a genocidal state, and then the legitimacy is lost. Absolutely.
Okay, so I asked this question because I wanted to point it out here, right on your space, that Nigeria has more recruited terrorists in all their security architectures. And to me, that makes Nigeria a terrorist state. So when people hear us describing Nigeria as a terrorist country and a terrorist state, these are the factors that makes us describe Nigeria as a terrorist state. My other question I wanted to ask you, you've already addressed it, and that is the importance of people understanding the value and the need for anybody who is fighting for independence, especially from a terrorist country like Nigeria, to have a government in exile. So I appreciate you for addressing that. And for those who are listening, for those who keep asking questions about Biafra Republic government in exile, maybe now you can take a lead from the conversations today and go and read on your own, research and understand what a government in exile is and why you must respect Biafra Republic government in exile. Thank you so much, Gunther. I'll give others the space to speak. Thank you so much.
So you listen to our brother Snow. He gave a very, I know why I started from this angle. He gave a very wonderful submission speaking about, I don't know which government he supports, which one thing that I know is that his submission, speaking about the Nigerian states and how they recruit terrorists, a well-known terrorist. And one thing that he failed to touch is when they recruit these terrorists, they shift them to the east and they start massacring people like in villages. But his submission was okay, very, very fantastic. I don't know the government that he belongs to, and I don't want to know. What I want to see at this time and at this point in time is to see Biafra people united, pursuing one cause. That's the only thing. But instead, listen to hear the next person that will come. Listen and know and get the submission. Afo Tarameba. Please pay attention and listen.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Snow. The next one is the university. Yep, you are raising your hand. Okay, maybe also information media university?
Hi, Nico.
You can ask.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Gunther. Guten Abend from here, from Germany.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hi. Sprichst du Deutsch?
Yes, absolutely.
Guten Abend.
You're very welcome. What's your question?
Yeah, first of all, thank you again. I like the topic you put up here, Biafran freedom and ex-Nigeria. Yeah, before I ask my question, I'd like to make a few comments because the situation that is happening in Nigeria, of course, since you are supporting Biafra, there are a lot of opinion that's going to come out, including attacks from Nigeria's side. Nigeria is so complex that a foreigner will not actually understand what is going on there. There are 3 countries that made up Nigeria, which is Biafra, the Hausa people, the Arewas, and the Oduduwas. So there have been a kind of gang up against people in the south, that's the Biafran people. And there has been some kind of education for a very long time. They have been training people on how to be Nigeria, even if the people do not accept the idea. And because of that, those who have agreed with such education are kind of fighting back, which has created a lot of divisions in Biafra land. So a lot of people have asked you some certain question here. I want to ask you, how do you, because I've read some of your profile about something that has to do with North Atlantic treaties and so many of that, and you have spoke a lot how you have, lobbied for some other people who are seeking for freedom and stuff like this. How do you deal with a complex situation where there are, because people do not actually understand Nigeria, it's too deep. How do you deal with a complex situation like Nigeria?
You know, it's not so complex. Thanks a lot for asking, because there are people who are killed and there is a lot of atrocities against citizens of Nigeria. It's not complex. Somebody ordered them, somebody paid the militias, somebody gave them the backing, somebody promised them not to be punished. And so that's basically a crime which the state of Nigeria is committing. And it doesn't matter the internal complexities. They are similar in many countries of the world, like in Ethiopia, like in Russia. You have a dictatorship, you have enough resources to pay one part of the population to kill the other, and you basically live in the authoritarian system. And that's something really bad. I don't need to know all the details of.
So, I need to pause this thing. This is the question of university. On a normal note, he asked a very wonderful question. How do you deal with complex situation of Nigeria? Complex situation of Nigeria. This is not a question being put to a white man. This is a question that you can put to a freedom fighter, indigenous freedom fighter, not a white man. The white man is there to hear your own side of the story. Many of us are waiting for Savior, but you don't know that the Savior have come. What they are waiting for is to hear the confirmation, the atrocities of Nigeria, because many of you don't know what is happening now. Trump is using whichever means to get information about what is going on in Nigeria. That you cannot return to your home. You cannot return to your home states. You cannot return to your family because Nigerian government have burnt basically your houses. And that's the truth, and that's the fact. Most of us can't return back to our homes. That's the reality. How many of you can access your homes? You cannot return to your homes. So asking a white man, how do you deal with the complex situation of Nigeria? When the white man is telling you that Nigeria have no legitimacy, they have spied, it is now the white man that is telling you that comes from there, how Nigeria have spied your own people, instead of you to be reporting what is happening. And they are jotting it down. There are how CIA, NATO, CIA, FBI, American security architecture used to work. They can disguise. They can post people to get database. They can post people just to hear the opinions of the people that are being subjugated. Instead of them to hear the opinions, it is the people who are asking them, how do you deal with the thing that is happening there? It is a very wonderful question he asked, University. A very wonderful question. But this question is supposed to go to the indigenous freedom fighter, not a foreign aid. Let us go, please.
Nigerian history or the Nigerian ethnic demographic complexities, yeah, you are in a deep problematic situation, and I'm sure that's very similar like in, I've mentioned already Yugoslavia, but there's other cases. It's much better if you have the division in several new, better working states. The states then can be a system to help to develop democracies, to develop a market economy, to build the institutions which are required to be a really valuable and...
Please hit the like button and share this very program. Please, I beg of you, hit the like button and share this very program to many platforms, please.
And a sustainable state. And this we know very well, and this is, I think, the much better way to go ahead. And the excuse of complexity is often like an excuse. You cannot understand the situation, and you are too silly, and you don't understand. And then in reality, this is often an excuse which is used by the ones who are in power and are able to exploit the rest, that you somehow explain that you are so unique because only you can understand the situation. And I don't buy this argument. So Nigeria is a country like many in the axis of resistance, axis of authoritarian dictators, which I call the axis of evil. We have North Korea, we have Syria, we have partly India, we have of course China and Russia, and then we have Ethiopia, we have South Africa, we have Congo, we have Sudan, we have Mali, and we have Nigeria. And then Nigeria has chosen the wrong side. It's very obviously aligned with Russia and China. And then we see that the way they treat their own people is absolutely unacceptable. And then we have all the legitimacy to call for the dismantlement of such an unlawful and criminal state as Nigeria is. And then it will be very simple. We will support Biafra. Biafra will be free. We will trade with Biafra. We will work together. We will exchange good governance proposals, and Biafra will be a very successful state, like maybe Ghana, like Croatia, and like others also in Africa who have transformed themselves in the last years from a very difficult situation to a good one. And I'm pretty optimistic with the help of the international community, Biafra can be a very viable state in the future.
Thank you so very much for that wonderful detailed answer. Why I asked that question is because we've seen foreign interventions happen in the past, and sometimes these foreign powers tend to align with the oppressor, and they postpone the freedom that's supposed to have happened. That's why I asked that question, because from the learnings from the past, I get to understand that instead of reaching out to the people, going into the communities, asking agitators, there are groups agitating, there are resistance groups who are resisting the oppressor, instead of, having understanding with the agitators or the resistance to understand the criticality of their situation, as if those people are no longer family, then they align with the people in power who are oppressing the people, and then make things worse. At the end of the day, no result is achieved. So, and like the situation of Biafra, we saw Europe aligned with Nigeria. Of course, the fight was directly Britain against Biafra, but using Nigeria by proxy, after reaching understanding with the Fulani Islamic jihadists, to whom was led by Usman Danfodio during the time they invaded the land, installing jihad and caliphates in the land that doesn't belong to them. And they never knew that what they were defending was jihad, and that this jihad is capable of growing up to Europe, up to America, and up to every part of the world. Biafra resisted all these foreign powers, Russia, Europe, America, all put together, supporting, and they tend to create some narrative in Nigeria by Britain about a coup d'etat, that it was because of this coup that led to the war. That was very wrong. There was genocide happening in Nigeria right from the day all the states and the regions that was formulated by Nigeria. It took the life of our people, because most times our people are against it, especially in the south. They are always against it, but at the end of the day, foreign power comes in, support the state they created, and put the people's life more in danger. The young people who grow up and inherit this problem sometimes don't know how to solve it, and then they fall inside the hands of the oppressor, and they make things worse. So that was why I asked that question, because the killings has never stopped. So the creation of Nigeria was through killings. The people who were forced to become Nigeria were done by force. People died for it. When the killings escalated, Ojukwu tried to protect the South, and the foreign powers never understood this, supported Nigeria, and slaughtered millions. In short, they weren't winning the war. After 2 years, Nigeria was still losing. They had to create some kind of economic blockade to scuttle and stop freedom from prevailing. So
that was a terrible crime. That was really a terrible crime. So we should all always apologize for not helping the people of Biafra in this terrible siege and in this famine, which was done by the Nigerian central government against you. And alone for that, I think you have deserved independence and freedom.
Thank you so very much. That's why I appreciate. I can never believe, because our people have lived in pain and agony and tried to survive. The only way we were only surviving was just to leave our homes and to try to seek a better place elsewhere. Some people live by force because the Nigerian authorities are after them to kill them. Some families have been killed and they just flee, while some flee economically, some just cannot take it anymore and they try to move away. Some don't even have to do any paperwork, because before you can do that, you will be dead. So you either flee through Libya, or anyhow you can just escape the bondage. But still, it's been very difficult for Biafran people, and that was what led to the creation of the Biafran Republic government in exile. Although today it's been splitted into almost 3 parts, because Finland decided to come for Simon after whatever agreement they reached with Nigeria. when you know, they are saying now that they are killing Christians, but who are these Christians that are killing? They are Biafrans. Biafrans in the north.
So this is the area that I come. The introduction of the division. People who comes to save. University, you made a very wonderful submission. I don't have to go and say, oh, you did not make any submission. You made a very wonderful and calculated submission. But these very people are interested of how to see the unity of the Biafra people, how to see what is happening against the Biafra people, which you have made the submission. Introducing your division to a white man makes this very struggle stupid and childish. Not to you. I am not insulting you, please. Do not misunderstand that. Introducing a division to a white man who is there to hear how you people are suffering, how you people are doing this. You are telling them, oh, we are now divided. We now have, even if I play further, let me play further so that you hear and understand the reason why I am playing this very program, please.
And the West and every part of Nigeria are facing slaughtering on almost on daily basis. You understand? So I understood that a lot of representatives from the Biafran Republic government in exile will be reaching you because of what you're doing. Please do not reject them. Try to see, understand them. But you must know that Biafran Republic government in exile has been split. The main parts, which is the structure that Simon Ekpa and the rest of the members of the cabinet established, is being led by the Biafran Government Council. Of course, the ex-APM who was sacked by the CRC is here handling this platform of information and media and communication. He's the ex-media and communication of the Biafran Republic government in exile. If there is any other information you would know or you need, maybe you want to understand more about Biafran Republic government in exile. It's also a very complex structure that is still under development. So
this is after university made all the submission, he fucked it up by introducing division. Ndị be anyị ka anyị mara nnụ mgbe freedom na-abịa. Freedom abịa, onye ọbụla ha chọrọ ha nye, ọkwa ịhụrụ freedom a. Ọsọkwa ya bụrụ Ngozi ọra bụ eze ka ha nyere freedom a. Ihe m chọrọ bụ Biafra. But I know I'm not telling you that Ngozi is fighting for Biafra. Ngozi is working with Nigeria. Mana ihe m na-ekwu bụ ọsọkwa ya bụrụ na Ngozi ka ha nyere. Asị na freedom of Biafra. Ọ bụkwa nke Adamawa. Ọ bụkwa nke Sokoto. Maka freedom ya bụ wite ndị ugwu. Akpọ freedom of Biafra. Ọ bụ Biafra people. Ọ bụkwa freedom of Biafra wite ndị Fulani. Oh no, Biafra people. Now, my brother, I go enter. I will enter. It doesn't matter who they give it. Introducing, oh, you are now divided. Oh, this person is fake. This person is fake. Look at the original. Look at the original here. We are the original. It makes it, you fucked everything up. What these very people are interested, let me tell you people, one objective. You people travel to overseas, but you don't understand a white man. Right now, according to what this man said, the reason why the United States of America wants to realign Nigeria, wants to divide Nigeria, if they are saying things, big point from it, is because of the economic gain of America. And I will read it to you. Economic and security, social security, gains of America, and I will read it to you. He said that Nigeria have realigned with China and Islamic nations. Nigeria have realigned with China and Islamic nations. That means that this man coming to space is not a joke. What he comes here to take is the take back of your submissions, what the Biafra people want. Do you want to live? Do you want a state of your own? Do you want to be a republic of your own? Do you need the freedom of your own people? That's the only thing that he comes for. He do not come, oh, how many divided groups are you? Oh, how many divided groups? They might not even give it to any one of you. because we have leaders. Mazen Namdekano is there. He told you people, he made a submission there, that Mazen Namdekano remains a priority to release him. Mazen Namdekano is there. If America should recognize Biafra today, all these groups that you people are introducing, this group, Oga, na Mazen Namdekano, then go give him. Acknowledged. Then Mazen Simon Ekpa will come out as the son of Mazen Namdekano. It is a win-win game for the Biafra people. But should we go to a white man to begin to introduce people that have come to help you to understand the complex situation of Nigeria? These very people have come to help you. They have come. What is your problem? They already know what the problem is. That you are being divided. That Nigeria doesn't want you. That they want to unalive you. They want to buy you. They don't want you to exist. Yet, they know all of those reports. The only thing that they have come is to say that, oh, we are lending a help, a helping hand to you. We want to help you. We want to help you get your own freedom. That's the only thing. And that's the only reason they came. Not for us to begin to tell them, oh, this person is fake. This fight, we can fight it here. You can call each other names. Oh, this person, this person, this person, this person. I'm not telling you that. You see this group called USB. They are the most fake and fake in this very struggle. But I will not go to Gunther and begin to tell him, oh, you see USB, they are most fake. Nigerian government is using them because they will not understand what we are saying. And the only thing that they can understand is that these very people are divided. Even within themselves, they are fighting against each other. That is the reason why you must never introduce fight. You must never introduce nka asekwagi, nka asegi. Let it be in your heart and in your mind. If you want the freedom of your own people, what we went to do is not childish. Childish. What some of you told Gunther was childish. I acknowledge the wisdom of university. I acknowledge because he made a very detailed statement to Gunther. But at the end, he messed it up by introducing hatred. Na enwere government nka, ndị a bụ fake, na the original people, nka asekwa ha, nka ase ha. We the Biafra people know the original people. We know. But we don't care who Biafra is handed. So, akpọ Biafra. Iche na onye a ya achịgị in Biafra. Onye a na-ahand ya ovi, iche na onye a ya achịgị. Ruo Biafra, ụmụ Biafra enwezi vote. Enwezi vote. Do you think that you can remove an Igbo man to support what he doesn't want to support? You cannot remove an Igbo man. If Biafra come, we go to polling booths. Go and vote whosoever that we want. And one thing that we must clear this time around is not to go internationally to disgrace ourselves. If you go to BBC findings, BBC said that Trump is determined to divide Nigeria. So they already know. It is put on notice to them that Nigeria will be divided. And they are looking for a way to survive this. Even there is one person that said that there are people posed by Nigerian government in under Biafra. White man will not understand it. They will not understand it. And then you look at why I tell you that they will not understand it is that how can you tell me that Mazi Simon Ekpa use you people? This person is in the government of Mazi Simon Ekpa. This person is in the government of Mazi Simon Ekpa. All of a sudden, he's being kidnapped. They will see it and view it from white man point of view that it is greed. Like he introduced, he told you people that most of the people comes into power because of greed. Most of the people comes there because of their selfish interest. That's all. That's the angle that he's seen it. He's not seeing it from the angle, you needed freedom and these other people are sabotaging it. He's not seeing it from the angle. He's seeing it from the angle that most of you are selfish. Most of you have decided to betray each other. That's the only angle that he's seeing it. Am I communicating, please? So, the next time that there is this thing like this, that there is space. I tried to speak on the space yesterday, but I don't know. The devil never wanted me to speak. The first time that I was given mic, I tried to use Igbo to tell my Biafra people to stop disgracing themselves by introducing in-house fighting. Where a white man is, telling the white man we appear divided. As people that are not serious. They will say, oh, these very people are not serious. Imagine na market people. They will say us. And you that introduce people as people are not, like university said, ndabu fake. Then the other people will come and tell you, oh, we are original. These very people are fake. That means I know war. Next time that there is something like this, we don't need to know fake people. Only over the house walk with to fight for freedom. Freedom. Almost Trump PK a madman from Biafra. I say no Biafra ka yenye. My brother. Ihu ebe na awuli elu. In fact, ara iyara ya gazi ahia. Many people ya na atutu konkom ma evuru na Biafra biara. Ihu mebe na atutu konkom ma na atutu konkom with joy. Are you getting me? Na atutu konkom na atutu ya with joy. I don't care onye nyekwere Biafra. Yavuru no Biafra. Our republic. Not the Biafra of Ndugu. Not the Biafra of Ndi Yoruba. But Biafra of Igbos having their own. When I mean Igbos, the people in Benue, the people in Bini, the people Hana Niger Delta. Man hasikwa na hayala, so be it. We can trade, all of us are the same. But let me tell you, if there is referendum to show if these very people are going to go or these very people are going to go, you will see that most of the people will vote to unite with the Igbos. All of us know the origin of the hatred now. It is sponsored by Nigerian government just to keep us divided, and in order, sponsored by Nigerian government, backed by Britain, just to keep us divided and extract our oil. That is, divide them as they are fighting, be taking their resources. That's all. That is the reason why you see your brother will come out and tell you, oh, I'm not your brother, I am Ikwere. Nkasigi, I am Ikwere. Nkasigi, I am Kwere. Nkasigi, I am Nkuru. If you see a Fulani man, even within the Fulanis, there are different tribes. When I had one Fulani man who said that even Fulani, that he came from so tribe, I was like, wow, even in Fulani, they have different tribes and what to do and what not to do. But they never said, oh, I am not Fulani. Fulani man from Nigeria will say Fulani man in what are they calling? Equatorial Guinea 1, Cameroon 1, Niger 1, and every other places. But within our own state, within our own, Igbo man who is Igbo, you know that person is Igbo, speaks Igbo, eat Igbo, they will tell you, oh, I'm not Igbo. Do you know why? Because of the complex situation, how the Nigerian government have disgraced us, have divided us. So we are now stomach infrastructure. Anywhere belly face. If they give your kingsman penny to go and divide you, they will go and divide you. That is what motivated this thing. How Biafra people disgrace themselves with Gunther. Should we go and start introducing, oh, I am not this, I am not that, I am not this, this very person is fake, this very person is fake. What they want is the freedom. What we want is the freedom. Not to go out to a white man and disgrace ourselves. In fact, when I came back to speak yesterday on Space, the thing started re-echoing again. I guess at this very point, these very people don't want me to speak. I have to. Owomi mare ofufu nene. Owomi mare ofufu nene. I have to. Hands up. I have to hands up. Unity beckons. We are brothers. If we get Biafra, what you are pursuing is what I am pursuing. Forget about the selfish ones, the scram the leaders. We all are ones. We are heading to Biafra. And that is the reason why in Juemi Onwem, na support. Anama support CRC. Anama support Ogenkere. Anama support Ngozi. Me Onwem, not by the side. To avoid disgracing ourselves. Agazi International, any white man that comes to listen to our plight, we go there to fight ourselves. Oh, Mr. Okeke is fake, Mr. Okoye is fake, what you are facing in Nigeria has a behave the government of Nigeria because they behave like animals. Why don't we show unity to ourselves, even though that you don't intend to unite? Because I know most of you. Let us show unity and pretend. If you want Biafra, showing that you are divided will never give you Biafra. It will make it, Nigerian government know what they are doing. So that anytime somebody, a help comes, you will begin to fight against each other. They know what they are doing. Freedom will come. No two ways about that. God bless the indigenous people of Biafra. God bless all of you. From me from here, from the temple of the grace here. It is good morning, please. Share this very program and hit the like button, please.